half against Purdue?
Yeah, just the intensity and the effort level that we came out with, really defensively, was my biggest disappointment, really. You know, we were so good in the Michigan game in terms of our start and really throughout the entire 40 minutes. And then, you know, we had finished the Minnesota game at a high level. So, you know, just how we came out defensively, it was just, it's not good enough. They know that. We talked about it. Then we kind of settled in and got back to it, you know, in the second half. But you can't dig yourself that big of a hole against a good team. You know, their record, they're way better than their record, and on the road in a tough place to play.
Just from KB's perspective, what she's been able to do, she hit those, you know, 2 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
What have you kind of just seen in her progression and her development as an outside, you know, just well-rounded player?
You know, I think she's really thriving at the 4th spot. She feels really comfortable there. She's able to get a lot of 15-foot shots, and then, you know, the other night she hit a couple threes and just so confident in her shot right now. In practice, she's shooting a lot of them, and she's making them in practice. So I'm confident in her shooting those as well. I think right now, every time she puts the ball up, it's going in. So I think that's been a really bright spot, you know, really this past couple months or month and a half for her, just playing at a really high level. We just can't afford, you know, like the other night where we have some of our main guys just not shooting the ball that well. We're just not built for that right now. So the nights that we struggle to score, our defense has to be the backbone and what we really hang our hat on, and it wasn't the other night. So then that's when you can get down, you know, double figures.
What'd you maybe see from Makira and Jen? You know how good of players they can be. What'd you, just an off night for them, or what'd you kind of see?
Yeah, and again, we're not built to have, you know, both of those guys and not shooting the ball at a high level. We need them to score it, you know, and we've talked to them about trying to manufacture more points, get to the free throw line more. If your shot's not falling, again, we got some really good looks, both of them, shots that they made, you know, the last couple games, and so we just got to continue to keep them confident, keep them shooting them, but we need the ball to go through the basket, and again, in order to, you know, win those games, it's just no other way around it. You know, we missed a lot of easy baskets again. I mean, there was possessions, a few possessions, we had multiple offensive rebounds. And I think we statted, we only finished, I think, 2 putbacks. That's not good enough. So we got to finish better.
What did you see about Purdue's zone first half versus second half, and how you'd be able to be more effective as the game went on?
You know, we knew they were going to zone us. Last year it was a surprise because they hadn't zoned at all, and then they tried it against us, and then, you know, so that was actually last year where it taught us a good lesson. From then on, no one surprised us with zone, and we prepped it. We knew it was coming. We knew they'd play the majority of it. So, and we've actually had really good success against zone this year. So I just thought the first half, we were back to where, and I've talked about it, we weren't running our offense. We weren't letting our zone offense work for us. We were just taking quick, contested shots, a lot of long 2s or 3s, and that's not what has gotten us, you know, again, success against the zone and against the previous team. So I thought we settled in more in the second half and just started running our stuff, and got good shots.
Shauna, that defensive intensity, how do you manufacture that consistently? I mean, it seems like there's games you guys are really, really, really good, and then spurts where it bites you.
You got to believe in it. You got to completely. It is who we are. It's our identity. It's our culture. It's our, like, you have to just believe that that's going to put you in a position to win games. And, you know, I'm going to keep preaching it. I'm going to keep saying it. And you know, we got to come out and we got to execute it. I mean, I am not a zone person. I don't want to play zone unless it's for here or there. And we had to play zone almost the entire game because we just couldn't defend and we couldn't get stops. So, a lot of that's just, you know, we got to come out and we got to be intense about it, and we got to believe in it. We got to know that that is our key in order to win games.
I asked you about Northwestern. Statistically, defensive numbers aren't what they've been in the past, but are they still trying to do the same type of thing?
Yeah, they're going to play zone as well. They're Blizz defense. They've been actually playing, you know, we played them a while ago. And you know, Coach McEwen was out for that 6 games. When he's there, they're much, and no offense to, you know, their associate head coach, but they're playing really well right now, and you know, their defense is a lot better. They're scoring more. They've made some even changes of, you know, getting certain players the ball in different positions. So it's never easy to play against a Blizz defense. It always presents problems. I know we handled it really well up at their place, but as we know how that goes, that was just one of those games. So we got to be really, really disciplined in our zone offense tomorrow, and be really aggressive and not settle for all threes if we want to be successful against it.
And what do you tell your team about, kind of similar maybe you and Michigan, 2 different games, 2 different venues? You expect different.
You look at that with everyone, right? And I was just, you know, in scouting watching one of the Northwestern games, and they actually, where it was the day after our men played up there, and they were even referencing our men, how our men killed them here, and then, you know, they get beat up there. And then I'm looking at our Michigan game about how we got absolutely destroyed, and then we go up there and have our best game. So I've said it yesterday. I told our team how well they're playing, how they've been in tight games, how they just killed Wisconsin on their place. Like, they're playing really well. So I will definitely make reference to all of those things. So there is no surprise tomorrow night, because we have to be ready to go.
From being down 14 in the fourth quarter and somehow in Mackey Arena getting it to overtime, is there something you take from that, maybe on the bus trip home, that okay, what we're building here works, I've got them?
You know, it is, because it's easy as a coach. You know, we're always, every little thing we're looking at well, this or that. Well, that was a positive from that game. We could have easily just folded and okay, it's just not our night. I mean, even rewatching the game, I guess I didn't even realize how we were down, you know, 14, whatever, 15 with 5 something left in the game. And then you come back and you tie it. And we came back with what I want this program to be about. We came back with hustle plays. We came back with defense. We came back with flying after loose balls and Dell going in there and getting crazy rebounds. We came back because we got defensive stops and executed. That's, as we build this program, that's what I want the identity to be. And when we do that, you've seen the results. Now it's about just being consistent in those actions, day by day, possession by possession.
Speaking of Dale, just what she's been able to give you rebounding-wise, what have you maybe seen from her just these last 2 games to give you that extra edge there?
It's what I have known she's capable of doing, and you guys have all seen it in spurts where she just has this motor that you can't teach it. And we've talked for a year and a half about sustaining that and working that hard for a sustained time. And these last 2 games have been some of the best basketball she's played, if not her 2 best games, just in terms of, you know, energy, effort, rebounding, making plays. She made huge plays in Michigan to get us that win. She made big plays even in Minnesota, and now she made huge plays to even put us in a position against Purdue to get into overtime. It's just, again, for me, and kind of like the type of players that I absolutely love, it's like you want to bottle that up, because she's relentless. She's relentless in her effort. She's relentless in her approach, and the passion and intensity she's been playing with. I told her I'm just so proud of her, and it's fun to watch.
What can 2 games for her, like back to back, and you talk about the X factor, consistency, what can that do for her? Just do we see the fruits in consecutive games like that?
I think it's given her a lot of confidence. You know, she struggled some games early on this year, you know, like a lot of our guys have. But she's now that consistency piece to be able to do that 2 back-to-back games. And I think she's just in a really good mindset right now, and she sees it. She's like, okay, this is what it takes. This is what it feels like. This is the rewards of it all. And I really believe that she'll just continue to thrive and keep this up. And, you know, again, she does that. It helps this team so much.
You talk about consistency. Is it hard to keep a perspective sometimes in year 2 about like where you've been, what you want, and yet the results right away, Shauna?
It definitely is. And I think that happens, obviously, you know, I want to win. I don't care if it's year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. Like, I'm used to winning. We brought that mindset even last year, and we won quickly. And now, you know, I have to remember too, we are rebuilding a program, and a program that hasn't had success in a long time. and we have got to stay true to what our core values are in terms of continuing to recruit, continuing to instill the culture and non-negotiables here with our current team. And it is a process, right? I think I've said it. Probably everyone thought maybe, this year would have happened last year. But it is what it is, and we'll just continue. All we do is continue to work, continue to improve, continue to evaluate, and we're just going to continue to build this program the right way for sustained success. And that doesn't happen overnight. It just doesn't. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.